Hello beautiful human, do you how do? My name is RidersDX and welcome to my channel where today we're talking about some more Sonic stuff and more specifically the brand new TV show that's been announced and I'm just like, oh my gosh, please let this be the most amazing thing ever. I've been obsessed with Netflix for the past 3 months or so please let this be really good. But as you all may or may not know, probably know if you're looking at this video, a brand new Sonic the Hedgehog TV show has just been announced and it is called Sonic Prime, which will be premiering exclusively on Netflix. And so this is really exciting and there's been so much information that's come out about this show despite it being just announced and us being probably a year away from it at least. And so I decided to make this video to go over every single detail that we know about this show so far and maybe at the end speculate what we want to see from it and what we think we might actually see from it. And so it's gonna be tons of fun. We're just gonna sit back and just dream about how amazing the show could be and maybe or maybe not let our expectations be let down when the actual show comes. I don't know, but that's the whole fun of hyping things up, right? You know, getting really excited about something and it like not being there. Yeah, that sounds fun. But alright, I got 6 bullet points to go through, and so let's get started. At bullet point number 1, we got a release date for this show, which I kind of let slip away already. It's not a solid release date, but it's set to premiere worldwide in 2022, and so we are at least a year away from it in my opinion. Is it going to come out near the time of the Sonic movie 2? That may or may not be the case, but it does give the show plenty of time to kind of get everything together and make sure that it's as perfect as possible. And so I'm excited to see it come out in 2022. The second bullet point is that we have a number of episodes that we're going to be getting, and that is 24 episodes. Now, the first thing I thought about when we got this number is, well, how long are these episodes? Are they a half hour long? Are they 15 minutes long? And I'm gonna go with 15 minutes to be honest, and that's due to a few reasons, a couple of which I'll mention later on in this video. But one reason that I can mention right now is because I've been watching a lot of different animated shows on Netflix, and a lot of them are usually like 10 to 11 to 12 episodes long for a season, and these episodes are typically a half hour long, and so it just doesn't seem right to me that we're gonna get 24 half-hour long episodes unless they're being premiered in separate seasons. But if we're getting 24 episodes in one season, I'm gonna bet that each of them are going to be 15-minute long episodes, and that might give us a bit of a clue in terms of what kind of show this is gonna be in terms of its tone and such, but we're gonna talk about that later on in the video. At number 3, we got some plot details about this show, and this is the stuff that's really exciting me about the show in particular. It's kind of vague, but at the same time, it definitely leaves a lot to imagination and really gives me hope that this show will be what I want it to be. But in their words, Sonic Prime is a high-octane adventure where the fate of a strange new multiverse rests in his gloved hands, his being Sonic. They also stated that it's more than a race to save the universe, it's a journey of self-discovery and redemption. And so these are things that just kind of like tickle my insides. These are some really great key words that they grew in there. First of all, there's a mention of a multiverse, which immediately tells me that this is not going to be a Sonic Boom kind of show where it's mostly episodic and you have these random plots for each episode and it's more comedy based. It tells me that there's going to be some stakes put into this show and it's going to have a little bit more action to it, a little bit closer to the games actually compared to it being its own thing. And that's really exciting to me because that's the kind of show that I've always thought Sonic would work best in. I feel like the closest we've got to it are shows like Sat AM and Sonic X, and I think that Sonic is long overdue for another show like that where the tone is a little bit more serious and a little bit more high stakes and really just lets Sonic like stretch himself out as a character. And so I think that the multiverse is a very interesting idea. Are we going to see other Sonics from different universes that already exist, like classic Sonic for instance, or maybe Sonic Boom Sonic if he wants to return? I don't know. Or maybe we'll be seeing like their own separate multiverse Sonics and we can see Sonics that have different personalities. I think that'd be really interesting. In particular, you know, you could have an evil Sonic actually. You know what, that actually sounds really cringy, so if they do that, they have a tough challenge in terms of pulling that off. But what I really like about this description is that they noted that it's going to be a journey of self-discovery and redemption, and so maybe we're going to be seeing Sonic where he's a hero for the first time and he's got so many things that he's trying to do and he's making mistakes left and right because, well, it's his first adventure, or maybe it's a brand new challenge that he's never encountered before. And so I don't know. Either way, it sounds good, and I would love to see some character development for Sonic in particular, because if I'm being honest, it's been a long time since we've seen Sonic actually have any development in the games, like even back in the adventure era. Sonic's kind of been established as this very heroic character at this point, who's gone through a lot, who knows what's right and wrong, and they've tried here and there to have Sonic kind of have a weak point and kind of have some development, notably Sonic Lost Row in particular, that I just didn't really feel like worked that well. And so it'll be really interesting to see this team take on it and see what their perspective is in terms of giving Sonic a redemption arc, which might be a little bit more than what they're actually referring to, but I would love to see something like that. At number 4, we got to learn about the team that's behind this show, and so this show will be animated at WildBrain's Vancouver studios, and Sega and WildBrain will jointly participate across production, distribution, and licensing. So WildBrain, if you don't know who they are, they produce many shows such as Snoopy in Space, Chip and Potato, and one of my personal favorites, Carmen Sandiego. I've only watched Carmen Sandiego of these options, and I will say the animation in that is not the best, but it's very solid, and it's actually got a very interesting style to it. And so I'm going to be really interested in seeing what the style of this show is, because we know that it's a 3D animated show. Whether or not it looks very similar to the games or has its own little swag to it will be very interesting to see. We've also got Man of Action Entertainment, who are the creators of Ben 10 and the characters and team at the Academy Award winning feature Big Hero 6. They've been brought on as showrunners and executive producers for the series. And so I've not watched Big Hero 6 to be honest, but I've seen a little bit of Ben 10, and well, Ben 10 is a super mega successful franchise. And so obviously they've done something right with it, and watching the show, it definitely seems a little bit more child friendly in tone, which is not what I'm really looking for here. However, I think that they have what it takes to make the show really, really good. Ben 10 has plenty of action and stakes in it, and I think it's a good fit for Sonic. At number 5, we got the target audience for the show specifically, and so they say that the show aims to captivate the imaginations of audiences ages 6 to 11, as well as legacy Sonic fans of all ages, and that it will match the scale and scope of the epic adventures synonymous with the Sonic franchise. And so there's really no surprise with this bullet point in particular. Sonic has always been a franchise that's targeted that age group specifically, but the fact that they mentioned that they also want to appeal to longtime Sonic fans is also a really good sign, because that's not something they've always done. They haven't always mentioned the fact that Sonic has all these older fans too, and that they want to appeal to that group as well. And so I think it definitely ties back to how nostalgia is becoming such a big thing within the industry as a whole. And so definitely trying to tap into some of that energy and give people that are older and more used to the franchise reasons to come watch the show is definitely a good call. The last bullet point I have here is a lot of details about the voice acting of the show. And so we're definitely getting a shakeup in terms of voice cast here, because we've got lots of different reports of different voice actors no longer continuing with the franchise or just not voicing characters in this show. And so the biggest thing that I'm sure everyone has heard about at this point is that Roger Craig Smith, who has been the voice actor of Sonic for 10 years, has officially left the franchise according to his tweet. Welp, 10 years was an amazing run. Onward to new zones. Much love to the fans who've been so kind. It's been an honor. And he has a picture of a blue heart broken on it. And I don't know, this broke my heart personally, because I thought Roger was a really great voice actor for Sonic, despite what everyone has said. But unfortunately, he often just didn't get great material to work with. But he was a great voice actor, and it's sad to see him go. But I'm also really interested in seeing who the next voice actor will be for Sonic especially. We've also got a tweet from Colleen, who is the voice actor of Tails currently, who was responding to a fan's question asking if she was voicing Tails in Sonic Prime, and she stated, "No, I'm sorry to say I am not." She didn't say specifically that she was gone from the franchise, but I'm starting to believe that a lot of these voice actors are being dropped from the franchise as a whole, because if you're dropping Roger Craig Smith, then I really don't see why you wouldn't drop everyone else, unfortunately. And this is only further confirmed, or at least more clear to me, when we also got this tweet from Cindy Robinson, who is a voice actor of Amy, who is responding to a fan asking if she was still a part of the cast, and she said, "It's true, I'm loading out with my brilliant comrades." And so we've definitely got a shakeup in terms of voice actors here in the Sonic franchise, but good news for people who did not want to see a complete shakeup. We recently got a tweet from Mike Pollock, voice actor of Dr. Eggman, who confirmed that he is staying with the franchise. You know what they say, the more the merrier. You've not yet heard the last of me as Dr. Eggman in the Sonic the Hedgehog video games. Kindly prepare your ears accordingly. If you guess otherwise, surprise Surprise! Now, if you'll excuse me, I had to stock up on lozenges. Really random, but you gotta love him. Now, Mike Pollock doesn't specifically state that he's going to be voicing Sonic in Sonic Prime, but I mean, it's pretty safe to assume that he's going to be. Like, I'd just be really surprised if they replaced him for Sonic Prime, but still wanted him to voice the games. Like, that's just my opinion, but we don't know that for sure, so I guess we'll hold out on that for now. But yeah, that's pretty much every detail that I've gathered so far. If there's anything I missed, or if there's anything that comes out after this video is released, then definitely let me know in the comment section below and we can further discuss all that. But now I want to take the time to kind of talk about what I think about all this and what I really hope to see from this show. And so one of the things I mentioned previously is that there are 24 episodes, and I'm theorizing that these are 15-minute episodes. It does not necessarily mean that's going to be more episodic, but I would love something a little bit more serialized, because I think Netflix is just so good at producing those serialized shows. I've been obsessed with so many recently, like Avatar: The Last Airbender, The Legend of Korra, Shira the Princess of Power, Voltron. Like, all these different shows that have an ongoing plot going throughout the entire series is something that I think is just too good of an opportunity to pass up for a show that's on Netflix. And even Sonic X was a little bit more serialized compared to most Sonic shows, and I would just love to see something like that, because I think that's the only way you can have a show that's more high stakes and a little bit more intense, which from the description of the show is what it's inferring it's going to be about. Like I said, I think the fact that they mentioned redemption is something that's really exciting to me. I would love to see Sonic undergo some character development, because it's been so long since we've seen that from Sonic, and we've seen that with lots of other characters in the series, such as Tails, Knuckles, Shadow, Silver. You know, we've seen some pretty decent redemption arcs with them, but with Sonic, he's kind of been the perfect hero for such a long time, and when he's shown to be weak, it's just not that believable. And so I think it's a little bit challenging, just because of the very nature of Sonic being like the cool guy in the block that like outshows everyone else in the room. I don't know, I don't even know if that like sentence makes sense, but yeah, I'm really excited about that in particular. And so I do hope that that's something that's a major plot point and not just something they're saying to just make the show sound appealing. But yeah, those are my wishes for this show. I'm really excited to see what comes out of it. Either way, I really am a big fan of any Sonic show in general, and so I'm just excited to see these characters get developed, and I'm really hoping to see more of it in the next few months. But I understand if it's going to be a while, since it's not coming out till 2022. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think about all this news? Are you excited for Sonic Prime? Let me know why or why not in the comment section below. And just, yeah, thank you so much. I'm really excited. I'll see you all later. This is Riders, riding out. Thank you so much for watching this video. Special shout out to the Nerd Corner, Killer Lemurs, Team Ride with Sonic Gamers, Johnny Hinton Ortiz, Timebender, Jeremy Games, Amarillo66, Trash Q, Abraham Muner, and Mass Muner. These are my patrons/YouTube members. If you'd like to become a patron or YouTube member, get access to a whole bunch of different perks, then please check out the links in the description box below. But alright, this is Riders, riding out.